Good day everyone. I'm going to read to you the story, The Boink Mystery. It is written by Kumar and Manisha Chaudhry and illustrated by Soumya Menon. Listen carefully. Aman was sure he heard it. Boink, boink, boink. He was standing near the Samrat Yantra, the world's largest sundial, at the Jantar Mantar Observatory in Jaipur. Close to where his cousin Razia stood, he could see something that looked like a gadget from which the sound seemed to be coming. A small, squiggly object with what appeared like numbers and a meter and a needle that flickered wildly. Razia, stop digging your nose, he whispered to his little cousin. And listen to that. Razia turned around and looked at him with her big eyes, her nostrils flaring as she dug deeper. Boink, boink, boink. Aman and his schoolmates were on an excursion from their school in Tonk. Jantar Mantar was built around 1738 CE by Raja Sawai Singh. It is a treasure house of instruments designed to measure time and observe the movement of heavenly bodies. But what Aman saw now was an inky blue gadget flying in front of him. He wanted to catch it and see what it was. Frere. Off the gadget flew, flying over the beautiful lawn around the Chakra Yantra, flying around the smart Jai Prakash Yantra, flying fast over the freshly polished Dhruva Yantra. It flew slowly around to where? Oh no! The device seemed to hover over the heads of the terrible four, the bullies of Class 5, Tonk Vidyalaya. The terrible four were just going to have a match to see who could spit out saliva the farthest against a wall of the Samrat Yantra. Aman was usually scared of these four boys, but today he just did not pay any attention to them. Instead, he jumped up and tried to catch the inky blue object. The bullies started laughing at him loudly. Eeks! Please ask them to stop laughing, said a strange voice. Stop laughing! Shouted Aman, hardly believing that he was doing it. Oh, and please ask them not to spit. Eee, my eyes are getting a headache, said the pained voice, and stop spitting, my eyes are getting a headache, repeated Aman. Actually, Aman's head was having a headache. Boink, boink, boink went the sound loudly in his head just then, and then there was silence. The boys looked strangely at Aman. Razia looked at Aman strangely. Pema Karoom, who had joined their school last year, smiled slightly. Aman, are you seeing and hearing? Before she could finish saying whatever she wanted to, Razia pulled her away. Pema, I have to go. Come with me please. Aman felt very strange. The sundials and other structures looked wonderful. He thought of the king who had invented these instruments to make calculations about how far were stars and planets. How could someone measure something like the position of the pole star in the sky? Or the exact time of the day? So many years ago, before the invention of digital watches? Aman loved to tinker with gadgets and machines to see how they worked, what they did, what they were made of. And as he wondered about Jantar Mantar, he heard it again. Softly at first. Louder and louder it grew, until it seemed to be right next to him. Boink, boink, boink. Bia, stop dreaming. Look at those men, I can't tell them to. They are going to. Pema was giggling, with her hands covering her face. Aman looked through the open gate of Jantar Mantar to see three men just about to squat by the roadside. Boink, boink, boink. Stop them please, said the voice. My nose gets a very bad headache when people use roads and public spaces instead of toilets. Stop. My nose is getting a headache, shouted Aman. The men ran away, the girls giggled some more, and Aman felt a tap on his shoulder. Was it the ghost of Raja Sawai Singh? No, no, I'm not a ghost. I'm a yantrik. From the planet Yantra. I came in my space shuttle Yantnik. I'm here on a trip, just like you are. Your planet is so lovely. But many places give me a headache. And when I get a headache, my meter starts making loud sounds. The dirtier a place, the louder the boinks. Please, may I ride on your shoulder for a while? Aman was too stunned to say anything. The students were now moving in a line towards their bus, taking them back to Tonk. When they had settled down inside the bus, a Balpuri seller on the roadside splashed a bucket of dirty water on the bus. Boink, boink, boink. Went Yantrik's meter. Ew, my ears. They have such a headache, cried the Yantrik. You know, I was here with other Yantriks when Raja Sawai Singh built this place. We were so happy to see human beings making devices through which they could see our planet and other heavenly bodies. Now what has happened that they can't even keep their own surroundings clean? Pema was looking at Aman carefully. Do you have a headache? She asked kindly. Yes, me too, he said. Who else has a headache? There is a creature, a thing, whose ears have a headache, a yantrik. I knew it. I have met a yantrik in Gangtok who told me all about the Shud Yantra, the device that helps to keep his planet clean. And only after I met him did I understand why we must keep our city spick and span. Razia was getting impatient with all this talk about yantrik and yantnik. She was also very upset that a bit of red pond spittle had flown from the driver's window and stuck to her shirt. Yuck! She bunched the empty packet of chips in her hand and threw it at the driver. Oh, stop! Please stop people from throwing things. My hand is getting a headache, cried Yantrik. Aman gulped a few times. Then he squared his shoulders and started speaking. He could feel Yantrik at his shoulder, whispering something into his ears. Sir, I have a friend who is allergic to all things unclean, pond, splattered walls, smelly roadsides, littered parks, and dirty water splashed all around. He says every part of his body gets a headache when he sees them or sees people doing things that they should not do in front of others. Like scratching one's private parts, or clearing phlegm from one's throat, loudly and spitting in public or using the pavement too. That's enough, Aman, said Ranveer Sir, with a laugh. The kids were howling with laughter, and my friend also says, if we keep things clean, then the brain becomes free of headaches. And since clean places look so nice, we also feel much happier. Aman, that sounds crazy. But, it does make sense. Maybe you should invent a yantra, dirtometer, and use it to make the place good enough for your friend. You could get people to pay hefty fines if they defecate or urinate in public, spit or litter in public, or do anything disgraceful. Aman felt a cool breeze near his ear. Instead of the boink boink, he heard a tingling tune, like from a wind chime. That's a brilliant idea, whispered Yantrik. And brilliant ideas give me energy to zoom up to my world, said Yantrik. So bye, dear Aman, and good luck with your device. Aman was too excited now to feel the loss of his new, secret friend, Yantrik. He had already started dreaming of making a meter, maybe something like the Shud Yantra.